What's up, Ocean? You got Matt here, coach of your Montreal Milotics, bringing you our Week 6 battle for the ICBA. Today we're facing off against Goldoa Dragon, coach of the New York Empoleons, and his really scary and threatening team that he actually brought a lot of threats that I thought were coming, but a lot of threats that I thought were coming, but didn't come. I basically had like 9 mons that he could have brought against me. If you guys want to hear more about it and why we brought certain things that we did, you can go in the description and check out the video that went up yesterday. It is our team builder for this week. Every Sunday I post the team builder for the battle that goes up on the Monday. That is today for you guys. And yeah, anyways, so let's kind of get into it. You see the mons that we brought on our side, and you see the mons that he brought on his side. Now, before we do get into it, just let me know your answer to the comment question down below. Tornadus, Thunderous, Landorus, which are your favorite of each form, or for each form, Therian and Incarnate? For me, definitely, look, the Therians are by far cooler than any of the other like versions, just in terms of their appearance, but the Incarnates to me can usually be better in most ways, and I'll explain that I guess in another video. Maybe I'll do a discussion about it. But anyways, let's kind of get into it because yeah, it's a decently long game. I got like a 9-minute long video for you guys. Anyways, let's kind of get into it because yeah, so right here I'm going to be leading off with my Conkeldurr here because looking at his team, I didn't see the what is it called? Oh my god, I can't remember. The Chandelure. So right away, Conkeldurr becomes my least expendable Pokemon. So right off the bat, Goldoa is going to challenge us, and because I'm leading with my Conkeldurr, I have super effective coverage for pretty much everything on his team except for the Gallade. So I'm just in a good position. He's going to lead with Jirachi here, and I'm assuming he's going to get Rocks up turn 1, so I'm going to go for my Earthquake, and this should do about 50% if he is a defensive set. It could Oko, I think, if he's, actually no, it can't Oko. It could do like 75% if he's just a standard Scarf set. But I go with the Earthquake here. Thankfully, we do actually get the prediction correctly. If he had gone for U-turn into the Landorus, that would have been really shitty. But we do about half there, which is nice, and that's pretty good damage. But right here, I'm going to go for, I believe I go for the Earthquake again. Is that what I think I go for the Earthquake again here, trying to get him to just KO. But he goes to the Iron Head here, and it's a Jirachi. So what do you guys think is going to happen? Is he going to flinch me? Of course he does. Anyways, so he's going to get some more leftovers recovery back, and now he's potentially out of range for the Earthquake, which is really unfortunate. So I believe right here, do I go with the Earthquake again? I think I do. I really want to go for the Poison Jab, predicting the incoming Feeny, but I didn't think it was the best idea. But he does go Feeny here, and that's okay, because depending on his spread, we could 2KO with Earthquake into Poison Jab. So that'd be really good. Now, he has Misty Terrain there, which is kind of, it's good for us, because we definitely do well, we definitely do benefit from that because of random Will-O-Wisps or random Toxics onto our Mew. So yeah, we do a decent chunk of damage there to him. And I'm going to fire off a Poison Jab right here as he's going to go for the Moonblast. And this damage here shows me he's pretty much no investments, which is crazy because he still did a lot of damage to us. The special attack drop really doesn't matter like at all. It doesn't matter at all because, well, we're a physically offensive Conkeldurr, and Poison Jab comes out and does a butt ton of damage. And now I'm going to switch out, I believe, and I think I go into my, I believe I go into my Mew here. Yeah, I go into my Mew here, and Mew has Defog, and at this point here, I'm going to make a very aggressive double. I'm predicting the incoming Ribombee here, and because of that, I believe I'm going to make a double into my Mawile. That's my play, because basically I think he's going to think I'm going to Defog, or he thinks I'm going to Roost, and I can't KO this thing with the Shadow Ball. I can get it really close to KO. I believe it's like 17% maximum. So I pull a double here, I go into my Mawile, and he is actually going to switch out too. And I'm thinking, this is perfect. I got this play right. That's awesome. It's like the first time I made a really big prediction like that in a long time. Except instead of going into his Ribombee, he goes into his Jirachi. So almost did it. Anyways, I'm already in, so I'm going to just make my prediction, go for Mega Evolve and click Knockoff here is my best play. I have to get rid of this thing. I can't let it just wish back up health. And once it does go down, I can go to my Mew and just defog away any potential rocks on my field. And you're going to see here he goes for the Wish, and I'm thinking, just please don't kill this thing. Just please don't go down. I want to be able to kill it next turn. And you guys are going to see it's a Mawile, it's a knockoff, it's coming from like a Maw with huge power, it's going down. So Mawile picks up the first kill of the match, which is awesome. Yeah, I mean, like, Mawile's, like, I've loved using Mega Mawile. Unfortunately, I haven't been using it, I think, as effectively as I could, but he goes into his Landorus here, and I'm going to pause it. So I'll wait a little bit longer, but the big thing with this Landorus is I have to decide, do I want to let it set up for free, or do I want to try and KO it right now? I decided to stay in here because Ice Punch will OHKO this thing, if I had it. But I can't let him get up a rock polish as I go Mew, because if I do go Mew right now, he'll KO me with 2 Earthquakes. So if he does decide to go for the Earthquake, then we're screwed anyways. So I'm gonna stay in here and click the the play rough. But he does stay in and go for the Earthquake here, and this is gonna kill us. There was no way I could live this hit. There's no way I could have invested myself to live this hit and still had enough investments to do damage on offense. So down goes Mawile here. Unfortunately, we don't get rocks up, but that's okay. I can go into Tails here, and right here, I believe I'm going to click Defog, if I'm not mistaken. I think I do at least. Do I? I think I click Defog, right? Is that what I do? I'm pretty sure I do. Let's see, we're gonna find out together. But he goes into Camilla here, and yeah, I'm confident I click Defog right now. So he sets up the Misty Surge right again, and the Misty Surge again is just, it's more useful for me than it is for him, in case you guys didn't notice, because I can't have things get toxic, because it's basically my way to win. It's kind of stalling out a little bit. But anyways, we get off the, the Defog, and we now no longer have to deal with hazards, which is awesome because our Kyurem and our Scolipede are weak to hazards, so it's really unfortunate. But right here, I'm going to go for the Shadow Ball, hoping I get the kill, and hoping he doesn't lower me down even more with Moonblast, because, yeah. And unfortunately, he goes for the taunt there, which kind of sucks, but it actually isn't the biggest deal in the world, because all I'm running is Roost and Defog, and I'm not going to click Defog anymore. And Roost is, well, it's nice to have, but I have Leftovers Recovery, and I'm at a pretty decent amount of health where I can live hits. So I'm going to be able to fire off another Shadow Ball here and be able to pick off this Tapu Fini. So right here, we have 2 kills, and we're up 5-4 early on in this match. Anyways, at this point in time, I'm thinking he's going to go into his Ribombee, and he's just going to go and try and win the game right now. If he sets up a Quiver Dance, I don't know if I should just go for the Ice Beam or if I should just go and attack him. So I'm thinking that, and he goes into his Gallade. I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to go for the Shadow Ball here. I live the knockoff if he's not adamant. So yeah, I'm going to go for the Shadow Ball, and I should be fine here. So his Gallade will Mega Evolve. I can't burn him with the Will-O-Wisp, and he goes for the knockoff. I was kind of hoping he was going to click the Swords Dance, but he actually just clicked the knockoff, which is cool by me. But at this point here, I learned that he is actually Jolly Nature, and Shadow Ball will come out, and you're going to see this actually does a little bit less damage than I expected. I expected to do around half, but I only do like 40%. We get the Special Defense drop, and I'm going to pause it because that is pretty big. Well, it's not that big, but it is pretty big, because now I can confidently switch out into my Conkeldurr. And the reason I can is because I feel like he has to now go for the knockoff. If he wanted to go for the Swords Dance there and he realized, oh, I can go for the Swords Dance and I'll be fine against this thing, he can't KO me. But because I did that, because I got the Special Defense drop, I'd really be putting him low and low enough that he can't like do anything back to me. So I'm going to go into my Conkeldurr here. Now, I'm thinking he's just going to go for the Close Combat, because Close Combat will always finish me off, and it'll kind of protect me against the potential switch into Kyurem or potential switch into Scolipede. But he goes for the knockoff here, and Conkeldurr is actually going to live this hit pretty comfortably too, which is awesome, and we're going to live the next one too. So he has to go for the Close Combat or the Ice Punch or some sort of coverage move to kill me here, and that's exactly what he's going to do, Close Combat. And now he's at -2 Special Defense. At this point here, I have a free swap into my Darkrai. So Darkrai is going to come in, it outspeeds everything except for the Jolteon on his team, maybe the Landorus, because at this point I still could kind of think it's Scarfed, depending on the way he plays it. So I go into my Landorus here, and I'm going to click the Dark Pulse. It's going to KO the, it's going to KO this thing, the Gallade. It's going to KO the, well, pretty much everything else. It's going to do a ton of damage too. So he goes into his Jolteon here, and I'm going to go for the Dark Pulse, and this is pretty clean damage, but it's also a lot less than I expected, and yeah, it's really a lot less. But I'm going to pause it again. Because he is Flame Orb here and he's Burnt, I know that he's not Life Orb, I know he's not Specs, I know he's not Expert Belt, so if he wants to go for a T-Bolt, he does like 65, 70%, yeah, 65 or 70% to me at the very most, so I can confidently go for an attacking here. If he goes for Volt Switch, that'll do always less than half. I don't die to 2 Volt Switches, which is amazing. Now, I did make a prediction here on this turn. I predicted him to switch out, or to go for the Volt Switch and go into his Ribombee. So I'm going to click Sludge Bomb here. And if I catch that, that's amazing. If it's Scarfed, it goes down. If it's not Scarfed, and let's say it's Sashed, then I will guarantee be able to KO it. Outspeed and KO next turn. So he does go for the Volt Switch, and he does send in Selkie, which is his Ribombee, and that's perfect. So Sludge Bomb comes out, and we do manage to catch this thing, but unfortunately for us, as you see, it is indeed Sashed, so he does survive for this turn, but that's okay. I will outspeed, and I can go for the Dark Pulse on this upcoming turn right here. So Dark Pulse comes out, and Darkrai picks up a kill, which is awesome. Now, we are, I believe it's, what now? I think it's 4-3, if I'm not mistaken. And he can send in Neffany, which is his Jolteon, and he is going to have a more powerful move than Volt Switch to KO me, so I'm going to switch out into my Mew here and sack that thing off. I can't really recover up against anything, I don't outspeed anything, and they all KO me with the next move, so Mew is my best sack here. Now, if I were him, I would have gone for the Volt Switch there, because just the obvious attack was there. But I mean, I understand the play to go for the discharge too. And at this point here, I can go into my Curum because this thing can't touch Curum. So my play right now is I'm going to click Reflect. Now, the reason I click Reflect here is because I outspeed the Landorus, and I can definitely live a Gallade close combat because of my Chople Berry, even without the Reflect up. But basically what it does is it makes it so I can go and get my win con out, which is my Scolipede, and which could be as well my Darkrai, depending on if the Jolteon goes down. But he switches into his Landorus here. I'm like, okay, that's cool by me. He gets the Intimidate off, whatever. I'm a special attacker this week. I'm all good. And I get off my Reflect. And this is where switching over to Reflect, shout out to TKO, was the best idea. So I'm going to go for the Ice Beam here. I outspeed if he's not Scarfed, and once you know it, he isn't Scarfed. So we're going to go for the Ice Beam. He is not Sashed, he is not Yachi Berry, and boom, goodbye Landorus. This thing was the biggest threat to my team, and we only got 1 kill, which is awesome. So in comes Boyd, his Mega Gallade, and at this point, I'm predicting the close combat, so I'm going to go hard into my Scolipede, and Scolipede, I checked it, it does not die to a from a close combat and Reflect to a Zen Headbutt and Reflect. The only way we lose is if he crits us or gets a flinch with Zen Headbutt, and that's if he does outspeed me. But again, I only outspeed the Jirachi, not the Gallade, so it could be kind of scary. Anyways, right here, he is going to get special defense drops. I'm going to go for the Poison Jab here. It always Okos, and we do outspeed, thankfully. So that's really cool. We don't take unnecessary damage from the Gallade, and it makes it so that we can actually save a point of differential here because his Jolteon can't beat my Scolipede 1v1 unless he does get a crit or the paralysis. Actually, I don't think a crit will KO me. So he basically has to get the paralysis from the discharge here, and we have to get fully paralyzed. That's the only way he can win. Or have a chance to win. But anyways, you're going to see here, he does not get the paralysis. We go for the Poison Jab, and Scolipede, AJ picks up its second kill this game, and AJ cleans up this game for us. So GG Goldoa, we pick up a very narrow 3-0 win, and this was a fun game, guys. I played it last night, and this is like a week before you guys are seeing this, but it was a ton of fun to play. It was a ton of fun to prep for, and honestly, I hadn't had a lot of fun prepping like this in a long time, and it was a challenge to prep for. Goldoa's team is really scary. It's one of the coolest teams. Like, honestly, I used it to mock Aaron, I believe, like 2 weeks ago, and it was just so much fun. So, yeah, look, anyways, guys, that's it for this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like on the video, and of course, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Also, guys, comment down below if there were any plays that you think I shouldn't have made, or plays that you think my opponent should have made, or whatever it would be. I just want to get your guys' thoughts on the game. And, yeah, guys, if you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all next time.